What's up? Hey, hold on. We gotta get into character. We must get into character. First, unlocking the keys of life and death from the Emerald Tablets, of course. Tabula Octua, or something like that in Latin. Tablet 8, titled "Unlocking the Keys of Life and Death." So, hear me out, Elizabeth. What's cracking? Join me as we dive headfirst into tablet. Can you hear me? First of all, oh man, I didn't check if you know how YouTube be sometimes. Hello, am I there? Are we live and direct, or are we just direct? Elizabeth, can you hear me? Check 1 2 1 2. Yeah, you can hear me. Hell yeah, thank you. Cool. Ramon, hello. This is what we need now. It is. The keys of life and death is what we need now. I got you. But let me give my cool introduction. So, join me as we dive headfirst into Tabula Octo, Tablet 8 of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth the Atlantean, where Thoth drops truths about life, death, and how maybe, possibly, sort of, achieve immortality without turning into a vampire, of course. All right, let's go. We're going to read from the Emerald Tablets. Emerald Tablet. Tablet 8. Key of Life and Death. We're going to go over it. We're going to talk about some cool things. We're going to do some Q&A. We're going to see if we can dive into it a little bit. Revisit the Emerald Tablets and see how it goes. Jordan Gittins, yo, good to see from. Oh, nice to see from you too, Jordan. How's it going? Thanks for hanging out. We can hear. Thanks for the breakdown. Oh, of course. I mean, I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Let me pull up Tablet 8. And I actually want my Gregorian chants. I mean, not Gregorian chants. I want my Daduke for this one, because it just doesn't feel right doing Emerald Tablet stuff. But my name's Keith. Everyone, hello. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. We do cool things like hang out with each other and give really bad life advice based off of old, ancient, esoteric texts. It's really quite the vibe. I promise. I just need to... How do I sign into this? Come on. Front page. I gotta log in. Here we go. Sorry, I probably should have done all my housekeeping before I did the live. Please forgive me. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been 8 years since my... Oh my God, it's been like 20 years since my last confession. Full index. Where's my Daduke at? I know you're here. How you guys been? How you doing? You excited to read some Emerald Tablets? Magic, Mia, Fantasy, Acoustic. Okay, here we go. Okay. Ulrit. Ladies and gentlemen, and we shall proceed. Are you not entertained? Welcome everyone to my channel. I'm your man of letters, here to bring you knowledge, information, hopefully, at the very least, a bit of entertainment. Welcome, seekers of truth and wisdom and Probably bad life advice. We're diving into tablet 8 of the Emerald Tablets, where Thoth spills the tea on life, death, and how to achieve immortality without a gym membership. Though you should still probably get one, at least a sauna membership. Anywho, for those who are new here, the Emerald Tablets are basically Hermetic texts, OG, written by the Atlantean, aka Jehudi, aka Hermes Trismegistus, aka some people even say Buddha and Jesus and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't make up the rules. All I know is it's like a cosmic blog post, except instead of 10 ways to manifest your best life, it's more like how to escape the matrix and the cycle of death and whatnot. Good luck. Good luck. Okay, let's start reading. Tabula Octo. Everyone slap the like button so we can crack the code. Thank you, thank you. Is the music too loud? Let me see real quick. Make sure the music's not too loud in the background. It's really quite the vibe. I promise. I just need to... How do I sign into this? Come on. It's a little loud. Is it? Is it? It's really hard to tell on my end how loud the audio is. I'll let it play real quick. It's really hard to tell on my end how loud the audio is. I'll let it play real quick. It can go a little louder, it sounds like, huh? Oh, you think it's perfect? Jordan thinks it's perfect? Then we will run it, sir. We will run it. Thank you for your feedback. Oh, you think it's perfect? Jordan thinks it's perfect? Then we will run it, sir. We'll do some call to action stuff. That sounds pretty cool. All right, here we go, you guys. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. So, unto thee, O man, have I given my knowledge. Unto thee have I given of light. Hear ye now and receive my wisdom, brought from beyond space planes, above and beyond. Not as man am I, for free have I become of dimensions and planes. In each take I on a new body, in each I change in my form. Know I now that the formless is all there is of form. Great is the wisdom of the seven, mighty are they from beyond, manifest they through their power, filled by force from beyond. Oh, thank you. Music is all. Thank you. Thank you. Hear ye these words of wisdom, hear ye and make them thine own, find in them the formless. Mystery is but hidden knowledge, know and ye shall unveil, find the deep buried wisdom, and be master of darkness and of light. Deep are the mysteries around thee, hidden the secrets of old, search through the keys of my wisdom, surely ye shall find a way. The gateway to power is secret, but he who attains shall receive. Look to the light, O my brother, open and ye shall receive. Press on through the valley of darkness, overcome the dweller of night. Keep ever thine eyes of the light plane, and thou shalt be one with the light. Man is in the process of changing to forms that are not of this world. Grows is he time to the formless, a plane on the cycle above. Know ye must become formless before ye are with the light. List ye, O man, to my voice, telling of pathways to light, showing the way of attainment when ye shall be one with the light. Search ye the mysteries of earth's heart. Learn of the law that exists, holding the stars ever in their balance by the force of the primordial mist. Seek ye the flame of the earth's life, bathe in the glare of its flame, follow the three-cornered pathway until thou too art aflame. What are you doing, love? Atlas just sprinted across the door in the backyard. I have no idea what he's doing. How's it going, everyone? Welcome on in. Take your shoes off. Stay a while. Thank you for the donation. I cannot thank you enough, actually. Thank you so much. You guys mind if I give commentary during the reading? Because I'm getting there's a whole bunch of channels coming through. Speak thou in words without voice to those who dwell down below. Enter the blue-litten temple and bathe in the fire of all life. Know, O man, thou art complex, a being of earth and of fire. Let thy flame shine out brightly, be thou only the fire. Wisdom is hidden in darkness. When lit by the flame of the soul, find thou the wisdom and be light-born, a son of the light without form. Seek thee evermore wisdom, find it in the heart of the flame. Know that only by striving and light pour into thy brain. Now have I spoken with wisdom, list to my voice and obey. Tear open the veils of darkness, shine a light on the way. Hi, Vivian. Yes. Well, if you had to pick one, I mean, it's definitely not the end of the world if you make the wrong decision. So, fret thee not, Vivian. Fret thee not. I'm reading a book called A New Science of Heaven right now, and it's an extraordinarily scientific approach to plasma science, plasma physics, which is fascinating right now, by the way. And it gives a hypothesis heavily into a theory that plasma is conscious and has been around forever. That's where our spheroid objects come from, the UFOs that don't look like crafts but look like spheres, plasmoids. Those two plasmoids that laid out the cornfield. Remember that video where the crop circle was made and it was caught on camera and it was being laid down by these two plasmoid spheres. Anywho, it made me think of that in here when it said, learn the law that exists, holding the stars in their balance by the force of the primordial mist. So when you see all the misty cloud stuff floating in space, that's plasma. It's space dust. And there's this weird phenomena that space dust, plasma, is able to create particles from nothing. So they're having this new interjection of maybe stars aren't made by compression, maybe they're made from literal spontaneous creation from the primordial mist, which the Emerald Tablets talks about here, where it says the law holds the stars in their balance by the force of the primordial mist. And so that's what this book is getting at, is that possibly the origin of electromagnetic forces is plasma. If you look out in space, 99% of what you see in space is plasma. 99.99% of what you see in space is plasma. And that's because when you look out in space, what you see are stars. And what are stars? Plasma. Stars are plasma. And so it's not for us spiritualists and esoteric students, etc., we calling the sun a conscious entity and a god is raw, for example, but is by no means a new concept. But as is often, science is slowly catching up to the advice and wisdom of sages throughout cultures and throughout the years. Also, did I get 2 donations? Because it says I have a total of 682 on my screen. Oh, that's because you donated in euro. Thank you so much for the chat, the super chat donation. I believe it. Molecules rearranged. Ramon, they recognize frequency and vibration, energy and motion. Oh yeah, Ramon, are you hip to plasma physics and stuff? I'm not hip. I'm reading a book right now and it's fascinating, and I intend to go hard. On it. I'll keep ready to keep reading. I speak of ancient Atlantis. Speak of the days of the kingdom of shadows. Speak of the coming of the children of shadows. Out of the great deep were they called, by the wisdom of earthmen, called for the purpose of gaining great power. Far in the past, before Atlantis existed, men there were delved into darkness using dark magic, calling up beings from the great deep below us. Forth came they into this cycle. Formless, however, were they of another vibration, existing unseen by the children of men. Only through blood could they have formed being. Only through man could they live in the world. In ages past were they conquered by masters, driven below to the place whence they came. But some there were who remained, hidden in spaces and plains unknown to man. And therefore lived they in Atlantis, yet as shadows. But at times they appeared among men. Aye, when the blood was offered, for they came. For they came to dwell among men. In the form of man they amongst us, but only to sight were they as men. Serpent-headed when the glamour was lifted, but appearing to man as men among men. Crept they into the councils, taking forms that were like unto men, slaying by their arts the chiefs of the kingdoms. Jordan Gittins, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jordan. I appreciate the hell out of that. Thank you. Thank you. So he's basically writing about the reptilians before the reptilians were even cool, which I love. I love so much. Oh, Rachel England. You guys are, if you guys only knew, thank you so much for helping me out and keeping the dream alive, you guys. I love you. Thank you so much. I will do my best to continue carrying the torch. I will. In the form of man they amongst us, but only to sight were they as men, serpent-headed when the glamour was lifted, but appearing to man as men among men. Crept they into the councils, taking forms that were like unto men. I know I just read this, but I'm reading it again because it's... Y'all need to listen to this. Slaying they by their arts the chiefs of the kingdoms, taking their form and ruling over man. Only by magic could they be discovered, only by sound could their faces be seen. Sought they from the kingdom of shadows to destroy man and rule in his place. Now, I'm almost afraid. I was just about to mention this, Rusty Utter, because I'm almost afraid to say out loud what I'm about to say out loud. That's how truly, and I'm not even saying that for the sake of wow factor, which I'm totally not above. I will say shit for wow factor. This is not it. But I've been going deep down Tataria rabbit holes, as you guys might know. I did a video earlier in 2024, a Tatario audiobook, and it wasn't in that audiobook that I read, but other channels, there's this concept. There's this rabbit hole, conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it, that says all the old bells were taken down because the bells were healing frequencies. Again, nothing new to people in our realm. Oh, frequencies heal? Of course they do. Can frequencies harm? Absolutely. Radiation can kill you. So if there's frequencies out there that can harm the body, as above, so below, as below, so above, as within, so without, as without, so within, due to law, if there are frequencies that can hurt and harm and maim, there are frequencies that can heal and embrace and enliven. So obviously there are frequencies that can heal you. So the conspiracy goes, all the old world bells were taken down or were cracked or broken as a way to not heal the population, because as a conspiracy goes, there was a world that existed before this one, not too long ago, like a couple hundred years ago, that existed before this one, and it was run by the quote-unquote Tatarians. They had advanced technology, they were a little more harmonious with mind, body, and soul and natural environment, however, being highly advanced and cultured civilizations. They somehow got taken over by lower density beings, reptilians, emerald tablets maybe, or who knows, reptilians, and as a result, all the old world healing tech was destroyed. It's a fascinating rabbit hole with a whole lot of I don't buy into it 100%, but because I've given it its fair shot and I looked at it open-minded, and I'm now seeing in other texts and other things that corroborate with that idea. So I'm like, I'm invested. Let's say I'm invested. I really am. Anywho, I'm reading this Emerald Tablets, and it talks about people tapped into the abyss. What we've read so far, let's recap. People tapped into the abyss and called upon these evildoers. These evil entities exist on a different vibration than we do, so we can't perceive them. On average, we cannot perceive them because they exist in a sort of, think of Stranger Things. They exist in sort of an alternate reality in this plane. But some of them come over, and they look like men, but they are not men. Serpent-headed when the veil is lifted. This is what it says. And in the form of man, they amongst us, but only to sight were they as men. Serpent-headed, reptilian, when the glamour was lifted. Glamour meaning when the facade was lifted, when the veil was lifted, when the glamour was lifted, serpent-headed were they. But appearing to man as men among other men, crept they into the councils, taking forms that were like unto men. Reptilian shapeshifters, anyone? I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying it is. I'm just, you know what I mean? Slaying by their arts the chiefs of the kingdoms, taking their form and ruling over man. Only by magic could they be discovered. Only by sound could their faces be seen. And this is why I had that thought, was like, oh my God, the Tataria thing with the bells and the healing energies and the healing frequencies and frequency, sound, only by sound can their faces be seen. Sought they from the kingdom of the shadows to destroy man and rule in his place. Ain't that some shit? Really though. And I would argue that it's in the media. Think of Venom. Venom, the parasite that takes control of people's bodies. And how did Peter Parker get rid of the parasite? What did he do? If you guys remember watching Spider-Man growing up, there might be different versions, but the Spider-Man I saw growing up, there's a very specific way that Peter Parker was able to get rid of Venom after the parasite had attached to his soul and his mind. Anyone? Peter Parker climbed to a tower, and the bell, he was fighting, and the bell started ringing while he was at the tower, like a clock tower, and Venom started freaking out because of the vibration. But in the movie Venom, it was just loud noise. But I think I think they realized they gave away a little too much in the original Spider-Man because people are a little more hip now. It was literally in an old school clock tower too. It wasn't even like a bell or a bicycle bell. It was a gangster original cathedral bell, which is Tatarian. The old cathedrals that you see are quote unquote Tatarian structures from the old world. They're not, 15th, 16th century beautiful buildings. They're old world energy generating structures, healing frequency structures. But in the new Venom, I think it was just a loud noise, any loud, which is a half truth because yes, sound reveals their true essence. But I think it's harmonious sound. It's specific frequencies, right? Because sound is a neutral power. Depending on its use, can be used for bad, as most things, right? So it's a frequency that heals, a certain one, not just loud noises, but a frequency. I've been balls deep in my meditations lately, doing specifically chakra meditations, and I've already been having some magical things happen. I don't want to get into too much detail about it quite yet. I don't want to jinx it, but get on it. Someone just said something about singing bowls. Rusty, oh yes, 100%, man. Get yourself a singing bowl. I don't know on any. Maybe Rusty Utter might actually have some information for us on this. I don't know if there's any tests, controlled tests where they do the healing frequency of a live object, like a singing bowl or a bell or a pre-recorded one. I would imagine it's the same thing because it's as long as the frequency matches, then it matches. If it matches, it matches. But I still feel like there's an unknown quality of a live instrument as compared to a digital one. Like there's got to be something else to it. I don't know if that's been studied. Rusty might be a good person to ask about that. So if you have any ideas, please let us know. I'm gonna read some comments, catch up, and then I'll continue reading the Emerald Tablets. Ramon, I disagree with the sound. Where did the Emerald Tablets originate? Imana, who knows, man? A lot of people say that they're completely fabricated. At least the Emerald Tablets that I'm reading, which, you can't prove they exist because no one has them anymore. So I feel that. I feel the sentiment. But technically they originated in the Middle East in the early, I want to say 11th century, originally written in Arabic, and has since been translated by people like Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton was super into the occult and specifically the Emerald Tablets. He has his own translation that I kind of want to read one day. Anyway, it originated in the Middle East and is actually, believe it or not, a part of the legitimate... Oh, where's my thing at? It's a part of the legitimate corpus hermeticum, which I didn't think it would be, but it actually is. It's considered legit corpus hermeticum material. Because a lot isn't. Like the Kabbalion that I study a lot is not actually accepted. Even though the principles are the same, it's not accepted as canon hermetica because it's too modern. And I'm like, I feel you. I have a purist side to me, and I think, okay, you want all of your corpus hermeticum material to be written, 1,000 years ago. I get it. I feel it. I appreciate the sentiment. Seems unfair in this case, but, I can't blame you. So that's what and the Emerald Tablets, well, there might be more details that I'm leaving out on the origin. The Bible mentions serpents and dragons too. Yes, it does a few times, right? Ring the bells that still can ring. Forget your perfect offerings. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. Hear you. I think they look like magnets with the face of Voldemort. Voldemort or Voldemort? It's all over media. This is true. Venom theory. Mars attacks. Oh my God, Mars attacks. That's funny. Oh my God, Mars attacks. Dude, I totally forgot about that, but you are 100% right. Wow. That's awesome. Bring down the walls of Jericho, Ark of Christ. I do believe there are studies. Nice. Get Paravox 3 if you want to experiment different frequencies. Imana, thank you for that tip. If you could tell me why, that would be awesome. It's in the harmonic between two frequencies. Oh, you're talking about are you talking about binaurals? We also use that to tune instruments. It's out of the phase, you can hear it. That's awesome. Rusty, put me on that. Thank you, Rusty. Put me on that, please. Sacred sacraments. Okay, you guys ready to continue reading? Man, there's just so many allusions to frequency and healing and reptilians. It's just if it didn't mean something that I'm getting at, if it didn't allude to that, it's the coincidences are silly. Whoever designed this whole thing, it's like, wow, that was a neat trick to play on all of us. Yo rascal, you old fart. Why you gotta play us like that? Cosmic houseplant. Man is in the process of changing to forms that are not of this world. Which sounds inspiring until you realize that Thoth never specified what those forms are. Like, am I supposed to turn into a plasmoid sphere or a houseplant? Like, what's going on with that? All right, let's keep going. Sought they from the kingdom of shadows to destroy man and rule in his place. But know ye, the masters were mighty in magic, able to lift the veil from the face of the serpent, able to send him back to his place. Came they to man and taught him the secret, the word that only man can pronounce. Swift then they lifted the veil from the serpent and cast him forth from the place among men. Yet beware, the serpent still liveth in a place that is open at times to the world. Unseen they walk among thee, in places where the rites have been said. Again, as time passes onward, shall take the semblance of men. Called may they be by the master who knows the whites or the black, but only the white master may control and bind them while they are in flesh. Seek not the kingdom of shadows. Seek not the kingdom of shadows. Okay? Can we do that? At least for the next 50 years. Can you give me 50 years, everyone, of no shadow seeking? I get it. I get the allure. I get the power. I get the whole, sexy dark side, it kind of looks cool and hip, and the sexy chick with the antenna and stuff like that. I get it, dude. I'm here for it to a degree. But can you give me a good 50 years of not seeking power in the darkness? That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Let the light side catch up a little bit. We've been sleeping. You know what, darkness? It ain't your fault. It's mine, right? It's not you. It's me. I've been sleeping. Let me get back on my meditation game. Let me start growing my homemade foods and stuff. You know what I mean? I got some broccoli out front. You know what I mean? Let me get it together. Let me read some books and shit. Give me 50 years to get back on my... You want a good fight anyways, darkness, right? I feel like darkness doesn't want us to roll over. If anyone wants a fight, it's darkness. You know what I mean? So give me a good 50 years. We'll get the squad together, and we'll do the thing, and then we'll have a proper send-off. You know what I mean? You want a battle? You must be crazy, kind of thing. Anywho, let us continue. Where were we? the word that only man can pronounce. Yes, yes. Yet. And beware, the serpent still liveth in a place that is open at times to the world. Unseen they walk among thee in places where the rites have been said. Again, as time passes onward, shall they take the semblance of man. Called may they be by the master. Oh, we read that part, my bad. Master, who can bind them in the flesh. Oh, that's right. Seek not the kingdom of shadows. Seek not the kingdom of shadows, for evil will surely appear. For only the master of brightness shall conquer the shadow of fear. Know ye, O my brother, that fear is an obstacle great. But be master of all in the brightness, the shadow will soon disappear. Hear ye and heed my wisdom. The voice of light is clear. Seek not the valley of shadow, and light only will appear. List ye, O man, to the depth of my wisdom. Speak I of knowledge hidden from man. Far have I been on my journey through space-time, even to the end of space of this current cycle. I glimpsed the hounds of the barrier, lying in wait for he who would pass them. And in that space where time exists not, faintly I sensed the guardians of cycles. Move they only through angles, free are they not of the curved dimensions. I would like to get into that in this video. The whole, basically, if you try to pass up this timeline and jump to the next ship, so to speak, and you're not ready for it, the hounds that guard the gates of the next ship will chase you and capture and imprison your soul until the cycle that you were in is finished. But to escape those hounds, you must escape back to your body, because right now we're astral projecting. But when you head back to your body, you must head back to your body in circles, because the hounds travel in straight lines. And I've seen a few interpretations of that, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not one of those dudes who I'm just gonna start spitting stuff out there, with absolute certainty, like I know what the hell I'm talking about, because most of the time I'm just, you know what I mean. Sometimes I'm 2 steps ahead of you guys, and sometimes I'm like a day behind you because I got caught up rolling in the flowers and playing with the forest nymphs, if you catch my drift. So I by no means am like, you know what I mean. Anyway, point being, that's something I would really like to get into. Moving through angles and whatnot. We'll keep reading and then we'll put a pin in that. So he says, I glimpsed the hounds of the barrier lying in wait for he who would pass them, in that space where time exists not. Faintly I sensed the guardians of cycles, move they only through angles, free are they not of curved dimensions. Strange and terrible are the hounds of the barrier, follow they consciousness to the limits of space. Think not to escape by entering your body, for follow they fast the soul through angles. Only the circle will give you protection, save from the claws of the dwellers in angles. Once in a time past I approached the great barrier, and saw on the shores where time exists not, the formless forms of the hounds of the barrier, I, hiding in the midst beyond time, I found them, and they, scenting me from afar, raised themselves and gave the great bell cry that could be heard from cycle to cycle, and moved through the space toward my soul. Fled I then fast before them back from time's unthinkable end, but ever after me they pursued, moving in strange angles not known to man. I on the gray shores of time-space's end found I the hounds of the barrier, ravening for the soul who attempts the beyond. Yes, Reddy, you nailed it. The right of the middle pillar. That's my thoughts exactly. The right of the middle pillar. Beautiful. Beautiful. Fled I through circles back to my body, fled and fast after me they followed. I, after me the devourers followed, seeking through angles to devour my soul. I, know ye, man, that the soul who dares the barrier may be held in bondage by the hounds from beyond time, held until this cycle is completed and left behind when the consciousness leaves. Then entered I my body, created the circles that know not angles, created the form that from my form was formed, made my body into a circle and lost the pursuers in the circles of time. But even yet, when free from my body, cautious ever must I be, not to move through angles, else my soul may never be free. Kind of spooky, right? Kind of spooky. Kind of spooky. Entered I my body, created the circles that know not angles. I think I read that part. All right. Everyone, listen. Know ye, the hounds of the barrier move only through angles and never through curves of space. Only by moving through curves can you escape them. For in angles they will pursue thee. O man, heed ye my warning. Seek not to break open the gate to beyond. Few there are who have succeeded in passing the barrier. Few there are who have succeeded in passing the barrier to the greater light that shines beyond. For know ye, even the dwellers seek such souls to hold in their thrall. Ever the dwellers seek such souls to hold in their thrall. Why? It does not say why, but I'm curious to know why, unless it's just an aspect of their identity. Listen, O man, and heed ye my warning. Seek ye to move not in angles but curves. And if, while free from thy body, thou hearest the sound like the bay of a hound ringing clear and bell-like through thy being, flee back to thy body through circles. Penetrate not the midst mist before. Penetrate not the midst mist before. When thou have entered the form thou hast dwelt in, use thou the cross and the circle combined. Open thy mouth and use thou thy voice. Utter the word and thou shalt be free. Only the one who of light has the fullest can hope to pass by the guards on the way, and then must he move through strange curves and angles that are formed in direction that are not necessarily known to man. List ye, O man, and heed ye my warning. Attempt not to pass through the guards on the way. Rather should ye seek to gain of thine own light, and make thyself ready to pass on the way. Light is thine ultimate end, O my brother. Seek and find ever light on the way. Seek and find ever light on the way. End of Tablet 8. The Key of Mystery. How's everyone doing out there? Did you enjoy it? With the Monroe Instrument, and I can't talk right now. The Monroe Institute, are we ever familiar with the Monroe Institute, Sir Jordan Gittins? That was my gateway drug. Speaking of gateway, that was my gateway drug. Astral projection and the likes. I was trying to astral project into Hollow Earth because I didn't know how to find any of the entrances. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Today we're partaking in the brown leafed. Today we're partaking in the brown leafed plant, made famous by Cuba, if you catch my drift. I don't know what I can and cannot say. But that's what today's show is brought to you by. So I'd like to say cheers to everyone. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for joining us. Honestly, thank you for being a part of the squad that has 50 years left to get everyone else together so we can have a decent, you know, not one-sided fight against the darkness, which I'm low-key looking forward to. Cheers. Jim Bob Hootenanny. Oh, good night, brother. Thank you for hanging while you did. Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna do some Q&A based on this tablet, and we can go a little deeper into it. We've only been live for 45 minutes. Awesome. Maybe we can do another 45 or at least another 20 to 30 minutes and break this down a little bit more. And I would like to get into the curves and angles of spaces and things like that. So we can do that. We can definitely. I'm copy and pasting the angles passages. Give me a second and I'll look over at you guys. I'm gonna read your comments as well. How you guys doing? What's up? Okay, Key of Secrets, right? Most people are liking the Key of Secrets. Cool. Let's turn this off. I can't see anything on the screen. We can end that poll. Anyone wanna vote on the poll before I end it? Anyone going once? Going twice? And we will end the poll. Sorry, I didn't mean to delete your message, Rusty. I just meant to unpin it. 14 votes. Nice. Most have said Key of Secrets. It is a good one. It was a good one. I wish there was an easier way to read the texts in the chat. Is there? YouTube Studio. Content. Live. Oh, control room. Here we go. Perfect. Hell yeah. Let's see. You guys are talking about frequencies. I like it. I like it. The body has a frequency aura around the whole area. Yes, Iman, I'm actually learning about that in this fascinating book on plasma and its relation to life. It's pretty beautiful. What book is this, please? Ah, Suzette Léger. Suzette Léger. Bienvenue. I agree that sounds are key, but it is more sonar related because if a tree falls in the woods, no one can hear it. So to say, use your eyes to hear, use your eyes to see, Ramon says. I don't know if I completely agree with that. I feel like audible sound, not only sonar, has a measurable. I feel like regular audible sound and frequency has a measurable effect on the body. But I am interested in what you have to say about sonar, because you're putting me onto something there. Imana, frequency of low hertz. 17 is the malevolent type. Interesting. 27 hertz, maybe online to contact possible. Succubi, noted. Emerald Tablet. Do you remember in your past life you used to go out in nature for a long time until you discover yourself? You used to remember ourselves, but then something happened and the veil couldn't be lifted. Well, we need to get our bells up in place, man. That's how we lift the bell. That's how we lift the veil, is with bells. Maybe I'll get into, I'll take up a new project and be a bell maker. Imagine a bell made out of gold. Like, there's another scientific sort of experiment we can noodle around with. There's healing frequencies and their potential, and then there's the quality of material that's coming, like a bronze bell or a copper bell or a gold bell or an alloy of multiple metals bell, and you know, like, the sky's the limit, baby. Let's go. I don't know what you were referring to with orbital dynamics anymore, Rusty. I may be mistaken. It might be with decimal interdimensional bleeding. Well, Ramon. Middle pillar. Okay, we're kind of. I'm catching up. I'm catching up. If anything, it's very poetic. It is. Thanks. 7.83 hertz is below hearing detection, so you need a special speaker. Fennier synchronicity. But anyways, I found that the area aura frequency doesn't change much from other things unless it's extreme magnetic fields. What are you getting at, Imana? MRI machine. It messes with me a little. Oh, I'm assuming the frequency of the app. No. Knowledge is key, Michael Heisen. Monroe Institute, we're almost caught up. One ear and a yep. Hello, Rachel Stevens. Nice to see you. Lovecraft. I'm going to read Lovecraft again here pretty soon. I think when I'm done with the book I'm reading. Jordan, Gateway. It's as if there's like a curtain of different realities right beside us. Yes. I already voted. Okay, I think we're all caught up with the comments. A butt kicker or a similar speaker. I built my own using an old ferrite speaker and hot glued a rock to it. Dude, what? Rusty, you need to start your own YouTube channel, man. I would follow you and watch all your videos. It sounds like you're like who I want to be when I grow up. Hella smart with physics and things like that, but extreme fascination with spirituality, so you apply those real-world scientific practical insights with the woo-woo. When I have a YouTube channel that finally explodes and I'm making a fortune, I will hire you and you will get your own lab, Rusty. I'm fucking not even joking. That is from the depth of my soul. Am I being serious about that? I swear to God, that is what I will do with one of the things I will do with it. We're going to build a pyramid, same dimensions as Cheops, and we'll put your science room in the Queen's Chamber, which is where the magic happens. If you guys have ever read that book, Pyramid Power, that's where, when they do the experiments, that's where the magic happens. I think it's about 2/3 of the way up the pyramid, which I'm sure corresponds to some other high magic, you know what I mean? Anywho, cheers, Rachel. Cheers. There's a photography type that maps energies. I believe you're referring to Kyrian, the Kyrian photography, or Kyrian, or Kylerian, or something like that. Singing bowls are made of 7 metals? I didn't know that. Edgar Allan Poe, the bells? Dude, you guys are what I'm talking about. Oh, moving in circles. I'm almost caught up with your comments. Bear with me for being hella behind with comments. But moving in circles has to do with orbitals. I'm going to write that down. If you can give me more of a lead than that, that would be wonderful. Otherwise, I'll just have that written down. Nature is very healing frequency. Awesome. I want to be invited. You, Ramon? Everyone's invited. Eden, hello. Eden, you're invited as well. Eden, you're invited to our pyramid power as well. Please come. Jordan, also invited. That just means you guys are going to have to share. With that being said, may I do some self-promo before we get into angles and circles and stuff like that? I have a huge request. I started a new YouTube channel. I almost renamed Man of Letters. I was minutes away from renaming Man of Letters to the Arcturian, and I decided against it. I'm starting a whole new YouTube channel. Called the Arcturian, and it's going to be same thing, Man of Letters style, philosophical insights, etc. But it's going to be really humorous, and it's going to be like Monty Python styled humor. 15 to 20 minute pre-recorded videos, well done. Monty Python styled humor and presentation and wit, if you know what I mean, and make it light. And Man of Letters, I'm pretty sure, is only going to be lives, live readings, live recordings, live Q&A, hangout, and whatnot. Because in order to grow I've told you guys the story before. I'm having trouble growing this channel. It's breaking my heart. And the more I post, they say, oh, you just got to post more. You post more, like just get the algorithm. And the more I post, the more subscribers I lose, actually. And I can't get video. I spoke with a professional, and the professional was like, you have almost 20,000 subscribers, but you only get 100 to 200 views per video when you post them. He said, I'm not going to lie to you, that's awful. You should be getting at least 1,000 on the low end and 2,000 on the high end views per video with 20,000 subscribers. And so he's like, you're better off starting a whole new channel and super niching it out, making whatever type of content you want, but just keep that same niche and don't sort of muddy the waters like I've done on Man of Letters. So I'm doing that. It's called The Arcturian, and I don't even know if you can subscribe yet, because I created it this afternoon. What did I name it? Well, I'll post. So if you guys can follow it, and that would be great, because I need a channel to blow up. I will have a YouTube channel that blows up. I will, if I have to meditate on top of a mountain naked for the next 9 months, I will do it. I will do it because I love it. I love the framing of it. I love the intellectual stimulation and the conversational side and the meeting people. I like the freedom of it. I like how rooted it keeps me in some of my favorite, at least, pastimes. Even, I mean, I'm not necessarily trying to be Buddha or anything. It's just something I love to be involved with and to learn about and to talk about and to I love the timber that it gives to my life being in this world. So yeah, that was me giving a soft promo to the release of my new channel called The Arcturian. And I'm just going to be literally an Arcturian, a comical Arcturian alien who commentates on humans and their relation to spiritual teachings and practices, and social commentary, like trending current event commentary. Yeah, that's where we're at. And maybe that one will be the one that blows up. Maybe that'll be the one that blows up. It will be the one. Or maybe this one will blow up by just doing lives. Who knows? Anywho, that's that. Y'all are invited to the pyramid when either Man of Letters or Arcturian blows up. We're having a big old pyramid party with Shire music. I'm going to have a live band playing concerning hobbits for the entire night. It's going to be fantastic. Put the link in the chat. I know, I don't think I created it right before starting this, so I don't know. I can't remember the handle I gave myself for it. And I'm actually using my phone, so I don't think I can. Let me see if I can. If I go to switch account on here, I think I can. Give me a second. I'll give you guys the thing right now. Arcturian HQ. So the handle is Arcturian HQ. That's what it is. So I just put the description. I just put the thing in. And the idea behind it is like Man of Letters by design. I don't want to hate on it. Tends to be very sober, you know? I don't want to say serious, but sober. Light, fun, but also, you know, sober. Homies, friendly, joyous, but sober. And I want the Arcturian to be silly and fun and humorous. And I can do... I've already been scripting out straight up. I asked ChatGPT to make me Monty Python skits based off of different Hermetic teachings and ideas and paradoxes. And it's fucking hilarious. I'm so excited. It's going to be so dope. So I have endless content. Endless good content very niched out, and hopefully I haven't come across any comical spiritual people on YouTube. I come across people like Ralph Smart, and I don't even know, The Alchemist, who is somber as it gets. I thought I was somber. Aaron Dottie is a little more on the sort of self-help, personal development side. So it's either, you know, super deep and serious, or like self-help, which is dope. I want to be funny. I want to be funny. Okay. Yeah, I read a book about the photography in 1992. Oh, they have a book on that? That sounds awesome. The link is in there. Fantastic, odd, weird. I don't know what you guys are saying weird and odd about, but I probably agree. Got your book. I'll read it next. Oh, you got the book? Don't judge me too hard. I wrote the book a long time ago, especially knowing how tapped in you are, Rusty. Don't judge me too hard. Thank you, Eden. I'm gonna pin that. Do you mind if I pin that? I'm gonna pin that. Wait, how come I can't pin that? Oh, there we go. There are many Buddhas, and so it is. Use good topics and keywords. So if you guys want some YouTube advice, if you're having some stuff in your own, when it comes to starting out a channel, tags, metadata doesn't matter. Well, to a degree it does. You know, like 1 or 2 hashtags, spirituality, okay, or title it something is relevant, but you don't have to be super dialed in with hashtags or things like that. First and foremost, what YouTube wants to see is, are people watching your video and are people sharing your video? If you put out a 20-minute video and they're watching 10 minutes of it and you have a 50% retaining rate, that's glorious. You do that 3 videos in a row of a 50% retention rate and your video is getting shared, YouTube will say, okay, people love this video, they love this channel, where can we make him fit in the algorithm? So that was a tip I learned, which I knew, but I didn't realize that was the order it was. I thought you could get more views by being really good with your tags and your metadata and your title and stuff like that. But you don't. You get good views because in other words, YouTube is going to put your video in front of people regardless of how many subscribers you have. My girl started a YouTube channel. She has like 8 subscribers and she got 150 views on a few of her videos. She's getting as many views on her videos as my 20,000 subscriber channel, which is, it is what it is, baby. But that's what I mean. YouTube is going to put your content in front of people. If people like it, then YouTube will determine where to put you in the algorithm. So there's your tip. FYI, there's many channels with many members and the owner uses many different channels with similar bot type topics. Many channels with many members and the owner uses many different channels with similar. Imana, I might do that. That might be plan B. I'm seriously considering paying someone to create me a AI generated channel. Pay someone to do it for me on Fiverr and see if, because those channels slap. I see AI generated content channels that were started within the past year or two, and they're getting tens of thousands of views per videos on really long form videos, which means their CPM is phenomenal and they're killing it. I see it all the time. So I don't want to do that. Well, I don't only want to do that. I would like to be able to talk to you guys in real time and interact and me develop at the same time. So I might do both. I might do exactly what you're talking about, Imana. Imana, for instance, a popular topic, how to. There will be 30 results by 2 owners with bot-made information. Oh my god. That's interesting, Imana. Wow. YouTube can be productive, but not realistic. We don't use those words around here, Imana. We don't use not realistic around here. for the universe is formless at first. Oh my God, if there's any way I can join you on the funny thing, please let me follow. Yeah, or let me know. Yeah, I added the link. Star maker for practice, then people start following. Singing? You sing too, Rusty? Hell yeah. Mega projects and many more channels of his. I'm sorry, Imana, don't hate me. I had to. I had to for sake of principle. I'm telling you, man, I'm really focusing on cultivating a frequency. And whether something is true or not, I've got to program my specific in this plasma book I'm reading right now, it goes deeper into auras, and it believes that a plasma physicist makes a suggestion that he thinks the human aura could be filled with these things called, I think they're called trichions. Rusty, correct me if I'm wrong. It's a quantum particle that moves faster than the speed of light, and it's called a tachyon or trichion. It's been proven through mathematics, but it hasn't been found in nature, I believe. And they think that where they found it, where it exists, is in the human plasma field, and it's part of the human plasma field, like the thing that generates our electromagnetic field, in other words. But it contains information. It contains information. And not only that, but our electromagnetic, I don't know if you guys knew this, but our bodies have a bacterial cloud that surrounds us. This isn't woo-woo. This is proven science. We have a bacterial cloud that surrounds us, because you know how our bodies emit cells. We emit something like 1 billion cells a minute or an hour. I don't know, don't quote me. But it's something stupid like that. And this trail follows us. This bacterial cloud follows us around. It's the wildest thing, kind of gross, but we are more bacteria than we are our human cells. So I guess it makes sense. What's my point? Point being, I had to delete your comment. I love you though. Please don't stop leaving comments. I please. Elizabeth, thank you for what later? What did you do for me, Elizabeth? Can I thank you now and later? What did you do, Elizabeth? I want to know. The name of the book is called A New Science of Heaven, and I'm gonna have to read it at least 2 times, realistically, probably 3 or 4, because it is pure science. It is pure science. I have to look up words almost on every page. It's written for people who aren't scientists, but the author don't care. He's a scientist himself, and I get the impression that he's like, look this shit up if you're that interested. It makes sense if you look up keywords and you go over it and you have at least a scientifically curious mind, if not an actual scientific mind, and you'll get it. I promise. I'm like 92% sure, and it's wonderful. I love it. It's really cool, and it talks about he hypothesizes that plasma is conscious and gives life to everything, and then the whole book is the scientific data that supports that. Tracheon. Thank you, Imana. That's the word I was looking for. Yes, it interacts with nothing but radiation. It doesn't seem to even be affected by gravity. It just goes, yeah, it's called a soliton, which I learned through the book. And I believe it's pronounced soliton. And a soliton is a self-organizing thing that exists in a like a self-existing organism, we'll call it, that it exists amidst chaos. And an example is the human cell. So you have the nutrients and proteins and liquids coming in and out and constantly being exchanged, and cations being exchanged, and the cell is dying and constantly replacing itself, and like your liver is constantly, the cells of your liver constantly dying and replacing itself, but the liver stays as your liver, right? So it's a soliton or hurricane. is a type of soliton. Like the clouds and the winds and the humidity and the moisture is coming in and out of the system, and it's flowing. The winds are taking water this way and this way, but the eye of the hurricane stays the same. It keeps form amidst chaos, and that's called a soliton. And I was like, wow, what a cool ass thing to nerd out on. I learned that a couple days ago. So it interacts with nothing but radiation. It doesn't seem to even be affected by gravity. I should make meditation music. That's a good idea. That's a great idea, Rusty. All right. Okay, let's keep going. I think I had something written. You guys want to keep going with the Emerald Tablets? We're at 70 minutes now. Wow, we'll do another 20 minutes. Should we wrap it up with 20 minutes of Emerald Tablets? Or whatever the hell else you guys want? I would love that. So many would. Yes, Eden. Okay, we can. Should I change the music? You guys want a little vibe switch? Would you guys care for a vibe switch before we continue? I don't have many options because through ad revenue, I make like $3 to $4 per video. And it doesn't sound like much, but if I post 30 videos in a month, that's like, $120 on just AdSense alone. Which also doesn't sound like much, I admit, but fish gotta swim, birds gotta eat, you know what I mean? Anywho, let's see what we got here. We could do like a Asian, well, Far Oriental, I should say more specifically. I found a cool one the other day. What's like a Asian flute or something like that? Let's see. Cinematic East. Or is that a little too on the cinematic side of things? That's nice. I like that, actually. I like that. We're running with that. I like it. Okay. Never heard of a soliton. I hadn't heard of it either, but I saw the word and I was like, let's look that up. That sounds important. It sounds really important. Oh, the reason why soliton was brought up was because that's what plasmoids are. He thinks they're fueled by radiation from the sun that passes through it, and it organizes itself along the channels of plasma that stretch from the sun to the earth. It's fucking amazing. Like, I'm learning all sorts of stuff. I really, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to read this thing a few times, and I'm not even kidding. I'm probably gonna buy a couple more books on plasma. And if I'm feeling real gangster, maybe I'll take a free online course with like intro to physics or whatever course I need to take intro to physics. I don't know. Let's read some stuff though. So I'm curious in the moving through angles and straight lines. So I actually typed that in the chat GPT to see if we could have some. Hold on. There comes a moment, not marked by clocks or calendars, when a soul stands at the threshold of the unknown, a place where the familiar rules no longer apply, where light casts shadows in strange directions, and even time itself forgets which way to go. We speak today of such a threshold, not of stone or of wood, but of consciousness. A barrier woven from fear, doubts, and the elves that make up reality itself. And maybe beyond it, the great mystery, truths too vast for language, too sharp for comfort. But make no mistake, those who seek to cross are not met with open gates. No, they are met by the hounds of the barrier, guardians not of secrets, but of readiness. Guardians not of secrets, but of readiness. They do not chase to punish, they chase to ask, are you sure? Are you sure you are ready to leave behind what you know? Are you sure you are prepared to meet not the universe's face, but your own? Tonight, we don't just read ancient words carved into myth and time. We stand beside Thoth on the shores where time exists not. We peer beyond, not with fear, but with curiosity, and maybe, just maybe, a little foolishness. Because sometimes that's what it takes to outrun the hounds. Shall we begin? Maybe I'll just become an actor in Hollywood or something and play Gandalf-like figures. I would love that so much. I would love that so much. You had a dream about becoming plasma, Imana? That sounds awesome. Okay. Angles equals linear, restrictive dimension. So when Thoth says the hounds move through angles, he's likely referring to rigid linear paths. Think of sharp geometric restrictions in consciousness or energy. In esoteric terms, angles can symbolize limitations, fragmented thinking, or dimensions bound by strict laws. Which makes sense, because we studied qualities of energy, in particular masculine and feminine qualities of energy. Masculine being very linear, straight, all about the particle, not about the wave, right? Which is a superpower. It's no better or worse than the feminine. It is a counterpart to. While the feminine is the wholesome, it's the wave form, baby. It's the wave function. It's the have-nots. It's the void from which all things come from. So the fact that it's telling us to escape through the route of the circles, in other words, I'm leaping a little bit. I'm leaping, but not very far, right? I'm playing hopscotch right now. Maybe he's asking us to return in a feminine manner. Maybe, right? Just throwing it out there. So if you're running from cosmic soul hounds, zigzagging is probably a bad strategy. I would say do not zigzag away from the hellhounds, in other words. Which is funny because hellhounds pop up a lot. Speaking of supernatural, where this channel gets its name from, when the hellhounds come from you, they are invisible hounds that drag your soul to hell. Coincidence? I think not. So curved dimension equals freedom and protection according to Thoth, right? So circles and spirals and curves often represent wholeness, flow, infinite, like a circle, like a figure eight. The circle is sacred in many mystical traditions because it has no beginning, it has no end. It transcends duality and time, which is pretty useful. So apparently, the only thing scarier to these hounds than a determined soul is geometry class. Sorry. Circles are like nope zones for interdimensional entities. I'll stop with the jokes. I'm sorry. I won't stop with the jokes. I'm not sorry. So I pulled up some stuff on what the hounds are, or quote unquote what the hounds are. The hounds seem to be metaphysical bouncers. The hounds are like the hounds of the emerald tablets that capture your soul and hold on to it until the end of time if you're not ready to pass, like the guardians at the gate that you have to answer the riddle to, guardians of readiness, not guardians of secret, are like metaphysical bouncers for reality's VIP lounge, or at least where, you know, the succubi hang out that won't steal your soul when they're done. Their job is to stop consciousness from breaking through the barriers between dimensions or cycles of existence. They keep souls from accessing forbidden knowledge unless that soul is truly ready. Question: what if the hounds aren't evildoers at all? What if they're protecting us by holding on to our soul? Because maybe there are some truths out there that when cast upon destroy us. So what's better, having your soul held in, you know, prison for eternity, or being destroyed altogether? I don't know, maybe being destroyed altogether is good compared to that. I don't know. I'm just shooting out. I'm just shooting my shot right now, you know what I mean? So metaphorically, they could represent fears, doubts, or psychological guards that challenge us when we try to expand our awareness. If you think of the Emerald Tablets, not in the literal sense, like you're going to ask to project and try to cross a barrier. I'm not saying it isn't saying that. I'm saying if you read it as an allegory, like, let's be fair, a lot of these texts can be read as. We could deduce that they could represent fears, doubts, or psychological guards that challenge us when we try to expand our awareness. I don't know if I'm completely buying that one, due to the fact mostly that it talks about holding your soul for all eternity, which, you tell me what you think. You tell me what you think about that one. Says, hi, Spirit Hotline. Yeah, you're saying that the universe has guard dogs? Great. Do I need, like, pepper spray? Some kind of cosmic pepper spray? Or will, like, a squeaky toy do? I don't know how this works. This is my first time. This is my first time, universe. This is my first time. Literal or symbolic hounds, or, good sir Imana, both. You know what? I might argue that it's both. I will argue that it's both. It also has keys to other texts that aren't said outright. I like that, Rusty. I like that. That's well said. The gate is what it is. Our bodies are designed for our souls. Oh, the piano? Or? You are free to be anything. Yes. Okay, I'm trying to keep up. Yes, we play a mean piano. My piano was awfully out of tune, so I can't play for you guys right now. Oh, I have my digital keyboard. Anywho, we're going to continue on. So, Thoth says that when you're escaping from the hounds, this is why I don't necessarily look at this metaphorical, because it's just too specific. Like when Thoth says you finally get back to your body, you make yourself a circle and a cross, which is like the Knights Templar, right? Don't the Knights Templar have the circle and a cross? Or maybe only some of the time they have the circle and the cross. I feel like something has a circle and a cross that's in the realm of Knights Templar. Or maybe it's Celtic mythology? I don't know. But why does the circle work? The circle represents unity, eternity, of course, and a cyclical nature of existence. We are traveling through the cycles, therefore maybe we have to travel in cycles, aka circles. So, cyclical nature of existence concepts that are beyond linear, angular paths that the hounds cannot operate within. Oh man, check that out. So maybe that's why it works, you guys. Bada bing, bada boom. So this is what content I'm going to make for the Arcturian. This is a great one. I need to write it down. Is what did Thoth mean about escaping the hounds through circles? And then I'll make it humorous. I'll put jokes in there and shit. So maybe that's how I'll do the channels. This channel will be where we go live and hang out and flesh out ideas, and then we'll go into it. We'll make the proper videos on the Arcturian, because we've already muddied the waters too much on this channel, and I don't think there's any recovery in it. Plus, I'm kind of excited to lean into my Arcturian roleplay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited to pretend that I'm gonna full character immersion in that channel. You guys don't understand. I will be an Arcturian, and it will be glorious. And it will be glorious. So basically, if reality is Pac-Man, the hounds are the ghosts, and the circle is your power pellet. Right? Because if the hounds guard outside of the cycles, right? Because you have to exit this cycle, go into the etheric, go into the astral, and then try to pass through the astral gowned. I can't. Oh my God, I don't know why I can't speak right now. You pass through the astral guard gate held by the hounds. You're outside of the cycles. So maybe you got to get back into the cycles where the hounds cannot exist. Boom. Open and shut case, Johnson. Where's Scooby-Doo? We have solved the case. I'm ready for my oregano and snacks. I am, Sam, I am. Do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them here. I do not like them there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like them, Sam, I am. Okay, space, time, angles, and where time exists not. I mean, we kind of already went into that. We're outside of the cycles where time doesn't exist. So this could refer to realms beyond the usual flow of time, pure consciousness, but I would argue there are many realms outside of at least our timeline. You know what I mean? Who's to say that side-by-side realities have to have the same start and end point, in other words? You know, so like these are spaces where you can access, where you access in deep meditation, altered states of consciousness, death, where your soul isn't bound by regular rules. And I love that Thoth uses shores of time, because if you guys, I loved this movie when I was growing up, and I haven't seen it. I don't think I've seen it since I was a child. But oh my God, I'm just remembering it now, and I loved it. Is it called Frequency? Where the girl travels to a different dimension and they build that machine that spins around her and they drop her through the ball. It's the girl from Twister. And they were like, oh, it didn't work. You just fell straight through the ball. But she was like, no, I was there for 15 minutes and I talked to my dad. Or what's that movie called? No one knows that. Am I gonna have to look it up myself? But still, do not give up on Mana Letters. I won't. I mean, I'll be here doing a thing, Eden. Don't worry. I'll be coming lives for sure. But like I said, I don't think I'll be posting pre-recorded videos. The only pre-recorded video I will post on Mana Letters from here on out will be audiobooks. But I'm in no mood to make audiobooks at the moment, so I will not do that. Do not count on me making audiobooks in the near future unless one of you literally says, hey, Keith, here's $100. I would love for you to do the next book of the Colburn Bible, and even $100, I would be like, ugh, fine. But if someone was that into it, willing to pay $100 out of pocket, that tells me that they really fucking want it, which is also its own form of payment. Sorry, I'm digressing hard here, but they don't hit, they haven't been hitting, and they take so much time to do. But the lives do great, and they do build slowly, but surely build. And you guys send super chats when I go live, which is more helpful than you realize. Plus, we're squad, man. This is what we do. We hang out in the den and talk about cool stuff like this. So, yeah, I will not give up, Eden, I promise. Will you add the link on community? It doesn't come up with YouTube search. I put the link, music is all. I hope, is the link that I sent not working? Eden, it's nice to see. Elizabeth, stop speaking negatively into my favorite child. I'm not speaking negatively. I am acknowledging what is and is not working. And it is my fault that it's not working, which means it is also why I have the ability to change it. I definitely like to know where things go wrong. You know, Elizabeth, what's good? I don't believe there's no such thing as wrong or right. There's 100% a wrong and right way to do most things, given you have an actual goal in mind. If you don't have a goal or an objective, then it doesn't matter what road you take. Every road will lead you there. So that's all. Sorry if I am coming across negative, then I will change my tone. Elizabeth, thank you. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been 20 years since I've last been in confession. My bad. Yeah. But I think the link is already there. We're going to keep going with this, though. No stress. We believe in you, and thank you for all of your sacred audiobooks you have given. Oh, of course, Eden. All right. Oh, I'll put the link to that other channel if it's still available. All right, so check it out. I put the link in there again. That's the link to my. I started it today, so there's nothing there. I'm working with an actual YouTube channel designer because I don't have the time right now. So I'm just paying her to do the banner and the metadata and the profile picture and the description, and I think that's it. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So our summary. The hounds equal the cosmic bouncers, right? Trying to keep your soul from sneaking into the VIP section of the next cycle. Some people have successfully made it. Question, Thoth. Why would someone want to go to the next cycle knowing that if they failed, their soul would be held by hounds until the end of time? That seems like a steep bargain, especially considering if you're a master, as someone of Thoth is, you can pretty much accumulate whatever sort of material or spiritual wealth you want in this cycle, on this planet, and not even in this solar system, but in any one of the millions or billions of other galaxies in existence you think they would want to explore and have plenty of fun doing it. You can body hop until the end of time. You can accumulate wealth and knowledge. You can take your thoughts and your memories with you into your next life. Like with all that wisdom to be found and sought after, well, you think you'd be pretty content here, progressing to the next cycle naturally alongside everyone in your natural cycle, instead of risking having your soul being eaten by the VIP dog bouncers. I don't get it. Thoth, if Thoth has a questions box, a suggestions box for the end of the quarter business report, that's my question. So those are the hounds. Angles that the hounds travel in are linear, restrictive dimensions outside of the cycles, and so we must use circles to escape them, and the infinite flow that the hounds cannot follow because apparently they flunked sacred geometry class. I don't. Maybe it's just written into their DNA. Do they have DNA? Anyhow. Questions? You are forgiven. Concerns? Anyone want to, anyone care to... I have a new goal. 1 super chat. Does anyone care? There you go. Well, celebrate by... What's a good celebration for receiving a super chat? Cheers, everyone. You guys, one more. Well, this isn't oregano. This is the brown and egg oregano from Cuba, if you know what I mean. So I'd like to properly cheers each and every one of you. You have 13 viewers and 13 likes. I like it. I love the number 13. Any one of you guys? Are you drinking water, tea, wine, having a brewkowski? You burning some oregano? We have our brown oregano from Cuba, if you know what I mean. Thank you so much for being a part of the... Oh, thank you, Rusty. Cheers, Rusty. Cheers, brother. Thank you so much. We hit our goal. Oh, we didn't even hit our... I didn't even set my goal yet. Sorry, we'll set it right now. Pick a goal. 1 super chat. How we'll celebrate with a toast. There we go. That seems cool. There we go. Good night, Jordan, if you've already taken off or if you're waiting for us. Time probably isn't infinite within that framework. Well, I know that's it. Is time finite? I would say time is finite in the sense of cycles. Like the beginning, and there's a beginning and an end, but there's infinity in between, in the sense that you can divide 2 until an infinity. You know what I mean? Can I slow motion that? Hey, Ralph Smart, can I slow motion that for a second? Ooh. Slow motion to the right side real quick. Ooh. Sorry. Cheers, everyone. You already accomplished the best audiobook ever with the interview with the devil. I agree with you, Rachel Stevens. Mostly. I'm like, maybe that's all I needed to do. Maybe I just needed to do that. Honestly, if you guys learned that one, you might know all you need to know about the occult. You might, you just might. Rachel Stevens, cheers. Rusty, thank you so much, man, for the tip. Thank you. I'm starting to run out of questions. You've got questions, we've got answers. That's all, State Stand. Are you in good hands? With those hounds, I meant. Oh. Marley Bros. What are the Marley Bros? A Violata goddess? Hello, Viola. Hello. You will. Just don't be afraid of what you see. That's good advice. I like that. Vibrating. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Read between the lines and find the point. But it is a law of nature. Nothing is still. Everything is in motion. Nothing rests. Well said, Ramon. Well said. Time, I think, has different source and different types of... Yeah, that's kind of how I see it. Like if the Big Bang is such a thing, maybe that was the beginning of time for our cycle in this universe. And this universe explodes, and time, according to humans on planet Earth, solar system, Milky Way galaxy, doesn't exist because our universe has exploded and a new one has started. You know what I mean? That I get. That's well said. I like that. I like that. Well, how about this? There's an actual tablet on the tablet of space and time, which I would love to go over, because there's a line in there that says something like, time changes not, but all things change through time, is a quote from that tablet in the Emerald Tablets, and I would love to go over that one again. Key of Time and Space Emerald Tablets. I'm not gonna read it because we're done. I'm gonna have a bowl of elote made for me. I have a bowl of elote waiting for me inside. Where are we at? The key of time. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Where are we at? The key of mystery. The key to freedom of space, which is astral projection, if you guys were curious what that meant. The key of time. We'll do a preface for the next one. Can I do a preface for the next one? List ye, O man, take of my wisdom. Learn of his deep hidden mysteries of space. Learn of the thought that grew in the abyss, bringing order and harmony in space. Know ye, O man, that all exists as being only because of law. Know ye the law, and ye shall be free, never bound by the fetters of night. Oh my God. In this book, in the Emerald Tablets, another epiphany, I've had an apostrophe. Thoth talks about the fetters of darkness that when he was looking at mankind in the halls of Amenti, through the sphere, through the orb where the god showed him Earth, that he saw mankind, individual humans, being shrouded by mist. Now we're talking plasma again, but plasma is an electromagnetic force. Now we're getting into biophotons, which is like a couple chapters ahead in my book, how the body releases its own photons, the body releases its own light. So if the body is enshrouded in a dark mist, then a dark plasma, if you will, and what if that is the fetters of night? I don't know. Know ye, O man, that all exists has only being because of the law. Know ye the law, and ye shall be free, never bound by the fetters of night. Far through strange places have I journeyed into the depth of the abyss of time, until in the end all was revealed. Know ye that mystery is only mystery when it is knowledge unknown to man. And know, when ye have plumbed the heart of all mystery, knowledge and wisdom will surely be thine. Seek ye and learn that time is the secret whereby ye may be free of this space. That's all. Join us next time. Join us next week on Man of Letters, Emerald Tablets, Key of Time. I love you guys. I always have so much fun on the lives with you guys. It's such a vibe. Thank you so much for being homies and hanging out. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you so much for the super chats. I wish it would show me all of the ones that came through on my page, all in one spot. But I know Rusty sent one. I know Music of Time or Time Music sent one. And there's a few that I'm forgetting. I'm sorry, but thank you guys for helping out. Just love the epiphanies. The same, Rachel. Have a wonderful night, everyone, and thanks for a wonderful chat. Take care, all. Take care, everyone. Violata, did you write a book? I did write a book. It's called 7 Pillars, A Handbook to Existence. You guys can find it on Amazon if you guys want to buy my book. Please leave reviews, good ones. And maybe I'll be able to get it published by a traditional publisher and make millions of dollars off of it. I don't know. A straight line is curved depending, like flying. On the flat map, it was a curve, but we really flew straight. Rusty, that's also something to be taken into consideration. I came in your live the other night. Interestingly worded. Violata, we appreciate that, though. We hope you boosted the channel a little bit with that. All right, you guys. I think that's it. Music is all. Rusty, Rachel, all the other wallflowers in here chilling with us. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope I was able to make your day a little bit better. So those who are watching this not on the live, leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite part is. Let me know a tablet. We might just do nothing but the Emerald Tablets for all of February. We'll see how it goes. And chill and hang out and vibe and burn sacraments. You know what I mean? So thank you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, boost, share it with the homies. I'm doing my best to make the content share worthy, not being too weird. or not having shitty audio or quality audio or video, or you know what I mean, long pauses and gaps. I'm using Chat GPT to not tangent too much so that it's, you know, share worthy. So if you found it share worthy in your favorite groups or circles, not straight lines, send them and help us blow up so that we can fund Rusty Utter's private science laboratory inside of a pyramid built on a ley line. That's what I'm doing. That's the type of shit I'm trying to do. So with that being said, that is kind of scary because we share a border across the North to Asia. Good night, everyone. Good night, Rusty. Good night, music. Ramon, Eden, lovely Eden, if you're still here. Good night. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Bye. Where end button? Where's the end button? They moved the end button. It's no longer on the top right. It's on the top left. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ramon. Good night.